Good afternoon. This is another lecture for my students who are taking vocabulary development. As for today's lecture, it's going to be about idioms. Let me share this screen with you so that you can go straight to our lecture. Okay. Okay. Today we're going to use a different book. It's not the same book that we used to have for our previous lectures. If you still remember the first book, it was Academic Vocabulary News. This is the book that we used to have in our previous lectures, Academic Vocabulary News. Yes. Okay. This is our first book, Academic Vocabulary News, and this book has 50 units of academic vocabulary, reference and practice. And it can be used for both self-study and classroom use. This book was written by two authors, Michelle McCarthy and Facility Audit. When it comes to the book that we're going to use for today's lecture is English Idioms in Use, and it's advanced and it has 60 units of vocabulary reference and practice. It can be used for both self-study and classroom use. Okay, it can be used as a self-study, and it can be used in a classroom. Okay, and it was written by the same authors, by the same two authors of the first book, Facility Ordeal and Michelle McCarthy. So when it comes to the first book and the second book, both of them were written by the same authors. Okay, when it comes to academic vocabulary in use, this is the book. Academic vocabulary in use was written by Michelle McCarthy and Facility Ordeal. And for today's lecture, it was as well written by Facility Ordeal and Michelle McCarthy. So both of them were written by the same author. However, they are two different books. Okay, when it comes to that, when it comes to our lecture of today, is going to be found on page 9 of this book, which is English Idioms in Use. English Idioms in Use. Okay, and this can be found on page 9. Okay, let's go straight to page 9 so that we can start our lecture. Okay, what are idioms? Formulaic language. I did it in a form of a PowerPoint presentation. So let's go straight and see what was it about. Okay, so what are idioms? Formulaic language. Idioms are a type of formulaic language. Formulaic language consists of fixed expressions which you learn and understand as units rather than as individual words. Again, formulaic language. So formulaic language. Idioms are a type of formulaic language. So idioms are a type of formulaic language. So what does that mean? Formulaic language consists of fixed expressions which you learn and understand as units rather than as individual words. For example, okay, let's look at this table. Type of formulaic language and then the examples. Okay, we have greetings and good wishes. Greetings and good wishes. So greetings and good wishes can be seen as idioms, okay? So like hi there, it's a kind of greeting, you know, when you say hi there or see you soon, it's a kind of greeting, okay? However, when it comes to happy birthday, for example, when you use this expression, happy birthday, it's a kind of wishes. You know, you are wishing this person happy birthday, or you might wish somebody who has an exam, wishing him good luck. When you say good luck to somebody who is having an exam, for example, so it's a kind of good wishing, good wishes. Okay, okay, you are wishing him good luck, or you are wishing him happy birthday. So greetings and good wishes. This is can be seen as number one. So it's a kind of formulaic language, and formulaic language, it's a kind of idioms. Okay, idioms can be seen as formulaic language. Okay, so can be in a form of greetings and good wishes. It can be seen in a form of a prepositional phrase. Idioms can be seen in a form of prepositional phrases like at the moment. At the moment is a prepositional phrase. Look at, which is a preposition. What comes after it is a kind of a phrase, okay? At the moment, okay? Is a prepositional phrase and it's an idiom. in a hurry. In a hurry is a prepositional phrase, and it is an idiom. Okay. From time to time is a prepositional phrase. All of these are prepositional phrases, but at the same time they are idioms. Okay. Okay. The third type of formalic language or idioms can be seen as, oh, it comes in a form of sayings and proverbs. Sayings and proverbs. Like when you say, it's a small word. It's a kind of saying. It's a small word. Okay. Or don't put all your eggs in one basket. Don't put all your eggs in one basket. It's a kind of proverb. It's a kind of a proverb. Okay. So this is the third type. So it can be, again, it can be in a form of greetings and good wishes. It can be in a form of prepositional phrases, and it can be it can be seen in a form of saying and good wishes. And for the fourth type, it can be seen in a form of compounds. Okay, like a car park, bus stop, homemade. All of these are compounds. All of these are compounds, okay? And these are idioms, okay? The next is phrasal verbs. Phrasal verbs like take off, look after, turn down. All of these are phrasal verbs. These are idioms, but they are in a type of phrasal verb, okay? They are in a type of phrasal verb. The last type of formalic language or idioms, it can be seen in a form of collocations, okay? Meaning or example for that is the collocation blonde hair, or deeply disappointed. Okay, so these are the types of formalic language or the idioms or the forms in which idioms can be found in. Okay, greetings and good wishes, preposition phrases, saying and proverbs, compounds, phrasal verbs, and collocation. All right. Okay, let's move to the next idioms. Okay, what are idioms? So this can be seen as a definition of idioms. So idioms are fixed combinations of words whose meaning is often difficult to use. Difficult to guess from the meaning of each individual word. Again, idioms are first combinations of words whose meaning is often difficult to guess from the meaning of each individual word. For example, if I say, I put my foot in it the other day at Linda's house, I asked her if she was going to marry Simon. What does it mean? So again, for example, if I say, I put my foot in it the other day at Linda's house, I asked her if she was going to marry Simon. What does it mean? If you don't know that, put your foot in it means say something accidentally which upsets or embarrasses someone, it's difficult to know exactly what the sentence means. It has a non-literal or idiomatic meaning. Okay, so it's very difficult. It's very hard to guess the meaning of this expression or this idiom if you don't know in advance the meaning of it. Okay, so by this combination of words, I put my foot in it, it will be hard to guess the meaning of it. So unless you know in advance the meaning of this idiom. Okay, so this is in some way what idioms are all about. Idioms are constructed in different ways. Idioms are constructed in different ways. Here are some examples. Okay, Tim took a shine to his teacher. Tim took a shine to his teacher, meaning where's the idiom here? Took a shine to. Took a shine to is an idiom. Okay, the meaning of took a shine to is what? Immediately liked. Immediately liked. So as if we have said that Tim immediately liked his teacher. Tim immediately liked his teacher. Let's say that it was the first day in college, and it was the first lecture, and the moment the teacher entered the class, Tim liked her. he liked her immediately. So Tim took a shine to his teacher, meaning Tim immediately liked his teacher. Okay, it's a verb plus object plus preposition. It's a verb plus object plus preposition. So where's the verb here? Talk. Talk is the verb, and a shine is the object, and to is the preposition. Okay, so this is the first idiom, took a shine to. All right, and the meaning of it immediately liked. Okay. The second one is the pan. The pan's number one hit was just a flash in the pan. Again, the pan's number one hit was just a flash in the pan. So where's the idiom here? A flash in the pan. A flash in the pan. What's the meaning of that? Something that happens only once. Something that happens only once. Okay. Little Jimmy has been as quiet as a mouse all day. Again, little Jimmy has been as quiet as a mouse all day, meaning extremely quiet. It's extremely quiet. So as quiet as a mouse. So for someone to be extremely quiet. The next, we arrived safe and sound. We arrived safe and sound. This is another idiom, safe and sound, meaning safely. We arrived safely, as if we have said we arrived safely. So we arrived safe and sound. Okay, idioms are often based on everyday things and ideas. For example, the human body. Mark and David don't see eye to eye. Mark and David don't see eye to eye. So where's the idiom here? Don't see eye to eye. This is the idiom. Don't see eye to eye, meaning don't agree with each other. So they wouldn't agree to each other, so they cannot look eye to eye, or they cannot see eye to eye. Okay, meaning that they don't agree with each other. Okay. How can I use idioms? How can I use idioms? Many idioms are quite informal. Many idioms are quite informal. So use them carefully. You will need to be able to understand a lot of idioms if you want to read English fiction, newspapers, or magazines, or understand TV shows, films, and songs. People also often use idioms for humor, or to comment on themselves, other people, and situations. All right, again, let's see that again. How can I use idioms? Many idioms are quite informal, so use them carefully. So we need to use these idioms carefully because many of them are informal. So we need to be cautious whenever we found ourselves in a situation where we need to use idioms. So we need to be cautious about that. Okay, you will need to understand. You need to be able to understand a lot of idioms if you want to read English fiction, newspapers or magazines, or understand TV shows, films, and songs. People also often use idioms for humor or to comment on themselves or other people and situations. Okay. The words and word order of idioms are usually fixed. So, and this is very important to understand. So the words and the word order of idioms are usually fixed, and we cannot change them in any way. We cannot change them in any way. So for example, we cannot say give a shine to instead of took a shine to, which is immediately liked. So going back to the example of Tim liked, where is Tim liked his teacher. Tim, yes, here. Okay, I want you to highlight that Tim took a shine to his teacher. Tim took a shine to his teacher. Okay, so the idiom is what took a shine to. Okay, took a shine to. We cannot say Tim give a shine to his teacher, meaning Tim liked or immediately liked his teacher. So it's a kind of fixed words. You cannot change the words order, or you cannot replace a word with another one. So you cannot say instead of took a shine to give a shine to. So you cannot say give a shine to. It is took a shine to. Okay, and meaning immediately liked. So this is very important. If you change the word from talk into give a shine to, is not an idiom anymore. It is not an idiom anymore. This is very important. Idioms cannot be changed. Or the words of these idioms cannot be changed. Or the word order cannot be changed. Okay, so the words and the word order of idioms are usually fixed, and we cannot change them in any way. So for example, we cannot say give a shine to instead of took a shine to, or which is as a meaning immediately liked, or sound and save instead of safe and sound, and that was the second example. We arrived. Sorry, or just a minute. Yeah, we arrived. We arrived safe and sound. We arrived safe and sound, not sound and safe. We arrived, so we can say safe and sound. This is the idiom, safe and sound. Okay, not sound and safe. Okay, you cannot change the word order. The word order, you cannot change the idiom, the word order of the idiom, because if you did that, it wouldn't be an idiom anymore. It is safe and sound, not sound and safe. Okay, and the meaning of that is safely. We arrived safely. We arrived safe and sound. We arrived safe. We cannot say we arrived sound and safe. We arrived safe and sound, like the example here. We arrived safe and sound. Okay. You will also sound more natural and fluent if you can use idioms in everyday conversation or informal writing. But we need to be careful not to use too many, though. We supposed not to use many of them, though. Well, you will sound, yes, more natural and fluent. However, it's very important not to keep using them all the time, okay? All right, so let's go to the exercises. Read the story and underline the formulaic language. Read the yes. Read the story and underline the formulaic language used. In 2009, I set off on a long journey. As I left my house, my neighbor shouted, "Good luck." I did not know at the moment that I will not see him again for 3 years. I boarded the plane at Heathrow, and soon I took off for Malaysia. When we touched down in Kuala Lumpur, I couldn't wait to get off the plane. I took a bus to the city center and spent the night at a youth hostel. The first person I met was someone I had been at school with years ago. It's a small word, he said when he saw me. Okay, we need to underline the formulaic language. And when we say formulaic language, we have to understand that it's a type, it's a kind of it's an idiom that comes in different forms. It's a kind of idiom that comes in different forms. It can come in the form of greetings and wishes, good wishes, greetings and good wishes, and it can be a prepositional phrase. It can be a saying or proverb, compounds with the verbs and collocation. So when it comes to this story, okay, it has all of these types of greetings and good wishes can be found in there. Prepositional phrases can be found, saying and proverbs can be found, compounds with verbs and collocation. So in 2009, but for now, we have to just to underline the formulaic language without saying what type of formulaic language is. Okay, so for this exercise, it will be enough to just underline the formulaic language, to underline it, and then the next exercise we can talk in detail each one of them, the type of formulaic language. Here we don't care about the type of formulaic language, rather we care about the formulaic language. So whenever we come across a formulaic language, we need to underline it, regardless of the type, if it is a greeting and wishes, good wishes, or preposition phrases, saying and proverbs, and so on. So we need to underline the formal language. Okay. So in 2009, I set off. Set off is is a formal language. Okay, I'm not going to tell you about the type of it for now, but it will be enough to understand that it is a formal language. Okay, in 2009, I set off. Set off is a formal language. Okay, a type of idiom, or as we have said at the beginning of this lecture, that idioms can be seen in different forms. And set off is one of them. Okay, so in 2009, I set off on a long journey. As I left my house, my neighbor shouted, "Good luck." Good luck is another form of language. Okay, so we need to underline that. I did not know at the moment that I would not see him again for 3 years. I didn't know at the moment. So at the moment is another form of language. Okay, at the moment is another form of language. So we need to underline that. So I didn't know at the moment that I will not see him again for 3 years. I boarded the plane at Heathrow. I boarded the plane. I boarded the plane is another form of language. I boarded the plane at Heathrow, and soon it took off. Took off is another form of language. I boarded the plane at Heathrow, and soon it took off for Malaysia. Touchdown is another form of language. When we touched down in Kuala Lumpur, I couldn't wait to get off the plane. Get off is another form of language. I couldn't wait to get off the plane. I took a bus to the city center. I took a bus. I took a bus is another form of language. I took a bus to the city center. City center is another form of language. I took a bus to the city center and spent the night. Spent the night at a youth hostel. Youth hostel. The first person I met was someone I had been at school with. I had been at school with years ago. At school is another form of language. It's a small word, he said when he saw me. It's a small word. It's another formal language. So as you can see, we've got so many formal languages, formal language, sorry. So the first one is set off, then good luck. At the moment I boarded the plane, took off, touchdown, get off, took a bus, city center, spend the night, a youth hostel at school, and it's a small word. All of these are formal language. Okay. Now let's look at this exercise. Exercises read the beginning of this story and label the type of formal language used and the words in bold. Use information in A to help you. Okay, so what does that mean? We need to we need to read the beginning of this story and then to label the type of formal language used in the words in bold. So these are the okay, let me just highlight this. So we're talking about this ones. We're talking about sit off, okay, and good wishes, and at the moment, okay, all of these were written in bold, but we need to we need to do what? We need to label the type of formal language. So we understand from the previous exercise, this exercise, that it's a kind of formal language. Okay, I sit off with good luck. At the moment, all of these are formal language. Okay, however, we didn't say the type of the formal language, and this is what we are going to do now. So we need to label the type of formal language. Okay, so like is it a greeting and the good wishes, or preposition phrases, saying and proverbs, compounds, phrasal verbs, or collocation. So let's do that. Okay, so in 2009, I set off. So what do you think about set off? What do you think about it? Is a kind of greeting and good wishes or preposition phrase, saying and proverbs, compounds, phrasal verbs or collocation. So what do you think about sit off? I sit off. It's a phrasal verb. It's a phrasal verb. So I set off on a long journey. Set off is a phrasal verb. Okay. As I left my house, my neighbor shouted, "Good luck." Okay, good luck. What do you think about good luck? It's a formula of language, but what type of formula of language? It's a kind of for someone to wish you good luck. So it's a kind of good wishes, right? Greetings and good wishes, greeting and good wishes, because his neighbor wished him good luck, right? His neighbor shouted good luck, so his neighbor wished him good luck. So it's a kind of good wishes. Okay, so good luck is good wishes. Okay, I didn't know at the moment. I didn't know at the moment. At the moment, what do you think about at the moment? Is a formulaic language, but what type of formulaic language? Is it greeting and good wishes or prepositional phrases, saying and proverbs, compounds, phrasal verbs, or collocation? At the moment, from at we can understand it's a preposition, right? At is a preposition. So what comes after the preposition is a preposition phrase, right? So it is a prepositional phrase. At the moment is a prepositional phrase. So at the moment is an idiom, and it's a kind of formulaic language, and the type of this formulaic language is prepositional phrase. Okay, so at the moment, so I didn't know at the moment that I would not see him again for 3 years. I boarded the plane. I boarded the plane. So what kind of phrasal verb is this? So what kind of formulaic language is this? I boarded the plane. So what do you think about I boarded the plane? Is a collocation. Collocation, okay? I boarded the plane is a collocation, okay? I boarded the plane at Heathrow and soon it took off. Took off is what? Like sit off. Like sit off, okay? Sit off is what? Is the phrasal verb, right? Took off is a phrasal verb, right? It's a phrasal verb. So at Heathrow and soon it took off for Malaysia. When we touched down, so touchdown is what? Touchdown is what? Is another phrasal verb. Yeah, touchdown is a phrasal verb. When we touched down in Kuala Lumpur, I could not wait to get off. Get off is like sit off and took off. Get off is another phrasal verb. A phrasal verb, okay? I couldn't wait to get off the plane. I took a bus. Took a bus is what? Is it a kind of greeting and good wishes, or a preposition phrase, saying and proverbs, compounds, phrasal verbs, or and collocations? So what do you think about this formulaic language? What do you think about this formulaic language? I took a bus. I took a bus. So what do you think about it? It's a collocation. Yes, very good. It's a collocation. I took a bus to the city center. Okay, city center is another formulaic language. So what type of formulaic language is that? City center. City center is compound. City center compound. Two words word compound. Okay, city center. Okay, compound. Yeah. Okay. So I took a bus to the city center and spend the night. Spend the night is another formulaic language. So what do you think about the type of this formulaic language? I spend the night. Spend the night is another collocation. Is another collocation. Yeah, spend the night is a collocation. At the youth hostel. Youth hostel is youth hostel compound. Compound. Spend the night at the youth hostel. The first person I met was someone I had seen at school. I had been at school with. Okay, sorry. So the first person I met was someone I had been at school with years ago. I had been at school. At school is a prepositional phrase. It's a prepositional phrase. Why? Because at is a preposition, right? Had is a preposition, and what comes afterwards is a phrase, a prepositional phrase. So so the first person I met was someone I had been at school with years ago. It's a small word, he said when he saw me. It's a small word is a saying and proverb. It's a proverb, okay? It's a proverb. It's a small word, saying and proverb, but it's a proverb, okay? It's a small word. He said when he saw me. Okay, I hope that was clear. Let's go to the next exercise. Underline the different idioms and the rest of the story. Underline the yes, sorry. Underline the 7 idioms and the rest of the story. So that was the first part of the story. So when it comes to this, when it comes to this, it was the first part of the story. So, and this is the second part of the story, or the rest of the story. So we need to underline 7 idioms in the rest of the story. Okay, my friend suggested that we join forces. There is safety in numbers. He said, let's hit the road together. I was in 2 minds whether to go with him, but finally decided to say yes. We traveled together for 6 months and had a whale of time. We spent money like there was no tomorrow. I had to twist my dad's arm and persuade him to send me some more money so I could travel further. Okay, so that was the rest of the story, and as it tells us here, there are 7 idioms in this story, or the second part of the story. There are 7 idioms. Okay, we need to underline them. 7 idioms. Okay, 7 idioms. Underline the 7 idioms in the rest of the story. Okay, let's try to find out these 7 idioms. My friend suggested that we join forces. Join forces. Okay, join forces is the first idiom. Okay, so his friend basically suggested that they should go and travel somewhere, but he used kind of join forces like let's go together, because this is a kind of like when we join the army or join forces, and use safety in numbers. You know, it's another idiom. Safety in numbers. Safety in numbers is another idiom. Okay, um, uh, like join forces. My friend suggested that we join forces. There is safety number. He said safety number is another idiom. Yeah, safety number is another idiom. He said, let's hit the road. Another idiom. This is the third one. Hit the road. Let's go. It means let's go. Let's hit the road. Hit the road together. I was in 2 minds whether to go with him. 2 minds when you are not sure of something. So somebody would suggest um, uh, to do something. Okay, he would suggest, or he would suggest to do something, but you are not sure. So you are in 2 minds. You are not sure whether to say okay, let's do it, or not, to say I'm sorry, I cannot do that. So and I'm in 2 minds, meaning I'm not sure about it. Okay, so 2 minds is another idiom. Okay, it's another idiom. I was in 2 minds. 2 minds in another idiom. Okay, I was 2 minds whether to go with him, but finally decided to say yes. We traveled together for 6 months and had a whale of time. Whale of time, we have a lot of time. Whale of time. Had a whale of time is another idiom. This is the 5th idiom, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5th idiom. Yeah. The text tells us that we have 7 idioms, and this is the 5th. We had a whale of time. We spend money like there was no tomorrow. Another idiom. We spend money like there was no tomorrow. So like when you've got a lot of money and you keep spending the money without thinking about tomorrow, you know. So you would spend money like there was no tomorrow. So there's no tomorrow. I'm just going to join myself and there's no tomorrow. So I spend money like there was no tomorrow. Like there was no tomorrow is another idiom. Okay, I had to twist my dad's arm. So it's another idiom, and this idiom is very Very interesting one, you know, to twist someone's arm. So it means to persuade him. Okay, to persuade him. It's not literally to go and twist this person's arm. Rather, you are just trying to persuade him to do something. Okay, like what he said here, he had to twist his father's arm, his dad's arm. So meaning to persuade him to send him money so that he can go and travel to other places. So I had to twist my dad's arm. To twist my dad's arm, so it's another idiom, meaning to persuade somebody, to convince somebody to do something. So I had to twist my dad's arm and persuade him to send me some more money so I could travel further. Okay, so 7 idioms. The first join forces, the second safety number, safety in numbers, the third hit the road, the fourth in 2 miles, the fifth had a well time, the sixth like there was no tomorrow, and the seventh twist my dad's arm. Okay, let's see what we have. Okay, we have another exercise. Choose the correct answer. Choose the correct answer. Number 1, his first novel was just. So his first novel was just. Is it A, B, or C? Is it a flash in a pan, or a flash of the pan, or a flash in the pan? So what do you think? So what do you think about? Uh, what do you think? Yeah, what do you think about this one? His first novel was just. Is it a flash in a pan, or a flash of the pan, or a flash in the pan? So we come across this idiom when we had to talk about idioms here, section B. Idioms are first combinations of words whose meaning is often difficult to guess from the meaning of each individual word. And we talked about Tim took a shine to his teacher, and the second one, the band's number one hit, was just a flash in the pan. So was just a flash in the pan. Let me highlight this one. Let me highlight this one. A flash in the pan, okay? So this is what we need to do. So it is a flash in the pan. His first novel was just a flash in the pan, a flash in the pan. Okay, so that was number 1. Number 2, I think Philip has, is it A, has given a shine to his new babysitter, or I think Philip has taken a shine to his new babysitter, or I think Philip has got a shine to his new babysitter. We come across this idiom as well, took a shine to. Okay, Tim took a shine to, meaning immediately like his teacher. So Tim took a shine to his teacher, meaning Tim likes his teacher immediately, or immediately like his teacher. So it is took a shine to, So I think Phillips has taken a shine to. This is the right one. Has taken a shine to his new babysitter. There's something that I need to talk about here, which is comparing took a shine to and has taken a shine to. When it comes to the idioms, it's fine to put them in different tenses. Okay, here for took a shine to, if somebody would ask about the tense of this sentence, it is past simple, right? Talk, it's the past of take, right? Took a shine to, it's a past simple. So if somebody would ask me about the tense of this sentence, Tim took a shine to his teacher, it is past simple. However, when it comes to the second example here, I think Philip has taken a shine to his new babysitter. If somebody would ask me about the tense of this sentence, the answer is it is the present perfect. It is the present perfect. has taken. So the structure of the present perfect is the subject, which is Philip, and plus has, then the past participle of the verb take, which is taken, okay, and then the rest of the sentence. So clearly it is the tense of the sentence is present perfect. So we don't care that much about the tense of the sentence when it comes to idioms, okay? We don't care. So took a shine to or has taken a shine to, okay? It's the same. So when it comes to the idioms, it can be put in different tenses, and this would be perfectly normal and fine. Okay, so I think Philip has taken a shine to his new babysitter, okay? The third one, I hope you have a good trip and come home. Is it A, safely and soundly, or sound and safe, or safe and sound? Again, we have come across this one. We arrived safe and sound. We arrived safe and sound. So it is safe and sound, right? So it is safe and sound. I hope you have a good trip and come home safe and sound. It's not sound and safe. It's not safely and soundly. It is safe and sound. Okay, let's see what do we have. Number 4. Oh dear, I think I have. Oh dear, I think I have. Had a foot in it, or put my foot in it, or got my foot in it. We come across this idiom as well. So let me just refresh your memory about this idiom. So if I say, I put my foot in it the other day at Linda's house, I asked her if she was going to marry Simon. So I put my foot in it. I put my foot in it. And the meaning of I put my foot in it, to say something accidentally, So it's, but what you have said would embarrass or upset the listener. The listener, okay, you are talking with somebody and you have said something accidentally, okay. You, this what is being said by you would embarrass or hurt or upset the listener, okay. So you would say, I put my foot in it. I put my foot in it. Like the example here, he asked her if she is going to marry Simon. He asked Linda if she's going to marry Simon, which is not his business. But he put his foot in it. He put it's not his business, and this question would embarrass Linda, or maybe she would upset her. Maybe we don't know for sure, but you would put foot. You have put your foot in it. So you would say something accidentally, yet what's been said by you would embarrass or upset the listener. So you put your foot in it. Okay. So oh dear, I think I've put my foot in it. So it is where is it? Yes, I put my foot in it. This is the right one. Put my foot in it. Okay, put my foot in it. Okay. Number 5. Kate is really noisy, but her best friend is, again, Kate was really noisy, but her best friend is as quiet as a cat, or as quiet as a mouse, or as quiet like a mouse. We come across this idiom here we go. Yeah, a little Jenny. Let me just highlight this. Let me just highlight it. Little Jimmy has been as quiet as a mouse all day, meaning extremely quiet. So little Jimmy has been as quiet as a mouse. So as quiet as a mouse, okay? As quiet as a mouse. So Kate is really noisy, but her best friend is as quiet as a mouse. Okay, so this is the right answer. As quiet as a mouse. All right, as quiet as a mouse. Okay. Let's go to the next exercise. Look at these newspaper headlines. Look at this in newspaper headlines. Each one has an idiom based on a part of the human body. What do you think they mean? Choose the correct answer. Okay, so we've got 4 idioms here. We've got 4 idioms, number 1 and 2, and we have got another 2 that we will see them soon. Okay, so we need to look at these idioms, and each one has an idiom based on a part of a human body. So by reading this idiom, so what do you think the meaning of these idioms are? So let's look at them. Number 1, university goes cap in hand to finance minister. Again, university goes cap in hand to finance minister. So cap in hand, this is the idiom, okay? Cap in hand. So what do you think the meaning of this? Is it kind of university apologizes to the minister, or a university asks the minister for financial help, or a university awards the minister a great honor? So a university goes cap in hand to finance minister. So is it a university apologizes to the minister, or asks for financial help, or awards the minister a great honor? Okay, it is asks the minister minister for financial help. So a university goes cap in hand, meaning the university asks the minister for financial help. Okay, this is the meaning of the idiom. Goes cap in hand to finance minister, meaning the university asks the minister for financial help. So that was number 1. Number 2, airline puts the pill for delays and consolation. Airlines puts the pill for delays and consolation. So what does that mean? Airline has refused to pay the cost, or the airline sends the pill to someone else, or the airline will pay the cost. So by looking at this idiom, airline foots the bill. Where's the idiom here first? So let's look at the idiom here. Foots the bill is the idiom. Foots the bill, okay? The airline foots the bill for delays and cancellation. So meaning an airline will pay the cost. Will pay the cost, okay? Will pay the cost. This is the meaning of foots the bill. Will pay the cost, okay? And that was, okay, let's look at number 3 and 4. Okay, number 3, Rita Suraz is the apple of Hollywood's eye. Rita Suraz is the apple of Hollywood's eye, meaning Rita Suraz is loved by everyone in Hollywood, or Rita Suraz hated by everyone in Hollywood, or Rita Suraz is missed by everyone in Hollywood. So where's the idiom here? Where's the idiom? The apple of eye, Hollywood's eye, the apple of someone's eye. The idiom is the apple of someone's eye. Here in this example is the Hollywood, okay? The apple of somebody's eye. So when you hear this idiom, what can you understand from it? So the apple of someone's eye, meaning this person is loved by this person, or she was loved by this person, okay? So loved by everyone in Hollywood. So this is the meaning. Rita Suraz is loved by everyone in Hollywood. When we say Rita Suraz is the apple of Hollywood's eye, meaning Rita Suraz is loved by everyone in Hollywood. Okay, I hope it was clear. Number 4, the government is burying its head in the sand, says opposition leader. Where is the position here? Burying its head in the sand. Burying its head in the sand. So the government is burying its head in the sand. Burying its head in the sand meaning. So here the government is refusing to face a difficult situation, or the government is about to resign, or the government is making unpopular plans. So for someone to bury his head in the sand, meaning he would refuse to face a difficult situation. So this is the real meaning of it. The government is refusing to face a difficult situation. So that's why the government is burying its head in the sand. So the government refuses to face a difficult situation. Okay, by saying this, we come to the end of today's lecture. Disregard, yes. We come to the end of today's lecture. I hope it was beneficial, and I will see you in another lecture. By then, Assalamu alaikum.